Om Janmadhyasya Yatonvayaditarata Chartheshvavidna Swarat Tene Brahma Vidaya Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Suraya Tejo Varimrudam Yatha Vinimaya Yatra Trisargo Mrusha Damna Sena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. In the Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana, in the second canto, we are reading the 7th chapter dealing with major avatars. And we have read 11 shlokas. 11 shloka we shall read again. It talks about Hayagriva avatar, a personality whose head was that of a horse. So, Satre Mama Asa Bhagavan Hayashira Shatho Hayashira Sha Atho Harashira Ya, not Sha. Harashira Ya, isn't it?
Here it is Sirasha.
Sha, okay. Very difficult to find the difference between Ya and Sha. Harashira Sha Atho Sakshat Sa Yagya Purushaha Tapaniya Varnaha Chandomayo Makamayo Akila Devatatma Vacho Vabhuv
Ushati
Vabhuvu Ushati Shvasatosya Nastaha. Okay. So, we know in the Vedas it is said, Tasya Nishwasitam Veda. Vedas are like his breathing. And the meaning there is not connected with breathing. Meaning is as easily a man breathes, so easily, naturally, Vedas have come out of that Purana Purusha. That is the saying. But as Bhagavata Purana and all Puranas grossify that thing, principles of the Vedas, so here it has been grossified. It has been said that Brahma is telling my Atho, that means after the previous avatara, which was Rishabha, now Saha, he, Sakshat Bhagavan, a real, original Bhagavan, Mama Satre, in my Yajna. Now that doubt will come, when Vedas were not there, who told you to do Yajna? But he says, during my Yajna.
Satra means Yajna. Satra?
Satra is a long continuous Yajna. Satra, Shaunakadi were assembled for a Satra. So Satra means a Yajna which continues for some days.
साधु सत्र बोलते हैं ना, उत्तराखंड में सत्र जहाँ पर भोजन होता है.
Chhatra is different than Satra. And even if it is called Anya Satra, Anna is there before that.
Yes.
So every day they distribute Anna. And this is Yajna which goes for a longer time. So in that Yajna, Tapaniya varnaha, gold color, gold complexion. Chando mayaha, and that Sir Bhagavan is full of Vedas, made of Vedas. Makhamaya, that is, Vedas talk of yadness. So he is filled with yadness. Vedas means theoretical knowledge, yadness means practical knowledge. So he himself is Vedamaya and Yagyamaya, Yagya Purusha. So he is the owner of that yajna, he is the Faladata of that yajna. He is the master of that yajna. Akhila Devatatma. Now gods receive their part from the Yajnavi. So because he is the Yajna Purusha, he is in the form of all gods. Sakala Devatatma. He is the Atma, he is in the form of all gods. Or he is the self of all gods.
Akhila Devata.
Akhila means all, without exception. Hayashirasa. So this is Tritiya. That means it gives the etymological meaning of Hayagriva. Third, by his form which had horse head. Hayashirasa, by horse's head. By his form which had horse's head, Asa was there. So in my yajna, he was there. Asya Shasata, when that horse-headed man breathed, Nastaha. Nastaha. That means from his nostrils. From his nostrils. Ushati Vacha. That means Vedas. The higher, beautiful Vak came out. Babu, whoa, Prakashit hoy, chalo, got manifested. So it has been grossified in this form. When that horse-headed person breathed, then from his nostrils came out the Vedas.
Ushati means Vedas, no? Ushati?
Ushati means beautiful. Vacha, talk. So what is beautiful talk? Vedas.
Vedas.
Okay, so we have completed 11 today.
Yes.
Count. Now comes the Matsya and Kachapa avatar. Varahi has already come before.
Yes.
Matsya, Katsya, Varaha we count. But that Varahi has already come. Here now Matsya comes.
11th.
Matsyo Yuganta Samaye Manuna Palabdha. Manu na upalabdha. Manu no palabdha. Kshawni mayo nikhila jiva nikaya ketaha. Visramsita anur visramsitan urubhaye salile mukhan mein. विश्रंसितान उरुभये सलिले मुखान में आदाय तत्र विजहार वेद मार्गान. So that Meena not only taught Manu to protect all beings, but also he recovered the Vedas which were getting lost in that water. Yuganta Samaye, when Yuga is used here for Kalpa, though the concepts are different. So Yuganta Samaye means at the time of Pralaya, Kshoni Mayaha, Prithvi, mainly Nikhila Jiva Nikaya Keta, which is the support of all types of beings.
Keta, what is Keta?
Keta means support.
And Nikaya? Nikaya.
Nikaya means totality. Nikhila is used, but Nikhila Jiva Nikaya. Totality of all Jivas. Keta, support of them. Matsyaha. So in the form of Matsya avatar, fish avatar. Manuna Upalabdha, Manu got him, Manu experienced him. Urubhaye, Uru means major, very big, very big. So Urubhaye means fear of Pralaya. Mukhat may from my mouth, from Brahma's mouth, Salile in the water, Vinsramsitan means drop, melted and dropped down Vedas from my mouth. Veda Margan, that means all the different Vedas. Adaya, that Meenavatar took out. Tatra, in that water body, Vijaharaha. So then he roamed about freely in that water. So 2-3 concepts we get here. Protecting all the living beings, 1. Recovering the Vedas, 2. And because he is mean and he gets a water, so he is freely roaming about. That means Leela. So 3 things we get here about Meena Avatar. Then we go to 13. That is Kachap Avatar. Tortoise Avatar. Kshirodadau Amaradana Vadu Vayu Amaradana Vayu Yuthapana Amaradanav Yuthapanam Amara Danav.
Yes.
Amara Danava Yuthapana Kshirodadau Amara Danava Yuthapanam Unmatna Tam Unmathatam Ritalabdaya Amrutalabdaya Ritapam Unmatna Tam Amrutalabdayaha Adidevaha Prushtena Kachapa Vapuhu Vidadhara Gotram Nidra Kshano Adri parivarta kashapake kanduhu.
Dharshani.
Vida dhara is the ending verb. Then adri parivarta kashana kanduhu. So, Amrita Labdhaye, for the sake of getting nectar, Unmatnataha, while churning, Amara Danava Yuthapanam, teams of gods and Daityas, one side God, one side Daityas, long rows holding each other. That is how Amrita Manthan was done. Nidrakshanam.
What is Panam? Yutha Panam. Amara Danava Yutha Panam. Panam.
Yuthapa Nam. Shashti.
Yuthapa means group.
Rama Nam. Like that, Yuthapa Nam. Yuthapa means teams. Teams, armies, militaries, whatever you call. Teams. Huh. Amrita Labdhaye, for the getting Amrita, Unmatnatam, churning, while churning, Amara Danava Yuthapanam, of Devas and Danavas, Nidrakshanaha. Nidrakshana will come in the actual syntax toward the end. Adri Parivarta Kashaya Kandu. Now that hill, mountain, Adri, Mandar Parvat, is rotating for churning. That rotation brings about on the Kachapa's back some itching sensation, Kandu. Kandu means itching sensation. Adi Deva, God, first God, original God himself, Kachapa Vapu, in the form, in the body of tortoise, Shira Dadau. So this manthan was going on in the ocean of milk. Prushtena, by its back. Gotram. Gotram is Mandara Parvat. Vidadhara was holding on his back. So, meaning is that which word we left in between? Nidrakshanaha. So, yeah, meaning becomes like that. Huh? For the sake of getting Amrita, devas and demons, when they were churning Kshira Samudra, when they were ready to do churning. Then Bhagavan himself, in the form of tortoise on his own back, that churning rod, which was Mandara Parvat, had held that on his back. At that time, the churning, friction due to churning, his back got itching, and that was such pleasure to him that he felt sleepy. There that Nidrakshana comes. Felt sleepy because of, we think how big Mandara he would have held. They said that the Mandara was moving. It was producing a sort. You understand? When light itching is there, we feel sensation, measure. So that is mentioned. Bhagavan himself was in the form of the tortoise. And when the Mandara mountain, while churning, was rubbing its back, he was feeling some itching sensation which was pleasurable. And because it was pleasurable, he felt sleepy there.
Acha, parivarta, what is parivarta? Kashana? Adri parivarta kashana.
Parivarta means moving, rotating. Adri is mountain, parivarta means rotating.
And kashana?
At that time, friction.
Kashana means friction.
Rubbing. Kashana means rubbing. Kandu means itching. Okay? So, that for the Kachyap avatar, it was a meaning is that he did not feel any trouble. He pleasantly, happily held that Mandara Parvat. Because Mandara Parvat is very heavy. And how he supported, that is our question.
That was in the ocean, Mandar Parvat?
Was the churning rod.
Oh.
For Samudra Manthan, churning rod is necessary. Na? So they had taken Mandara Parvat as the churning rod. But it requires a support, otherwise it will sink.
Achha, where is the word of Mandar? Here it is Adri is the...
Adri means mountain.
But Mandar, how the word came, Mandar?
It is known that it was Mandar Parvat.
Achha. It is not mentioned here.
So the implication is like that, how heavy Mandar Parvat got held by the Kachyapa. So they said he pleasantly held it. He enjoyed that holding. So 14. Traipishtapo Urubhayaha Traivishtapa Urubhayaha Sa Nrisingha Rupam Kritva Brahmat Brukuti Damshtra Karala Vaktram Daitendra Daitendram Ashu Gadaya Patantamara Gadaya Abhipatantam Aradurau Arat Nipatya Vidadara Nakhai Sfurantam So it is Narasingha avatar. And Prahlad is not mentioned here. So a different version is given to Narsingha avatar. And that was true, that gods were being troubled by Hiranyakashipu, so they are being referred to. Tripishtapa means gods. Tripishtapa means gods. Urubhayaha, their terrible fear remover. Of the gods, terrible fear remover. Urubhayaha.
What is Uru?
Uru is too much, na? Again, that word is coming. So I said terrible. Gods were afraid they will all die by Hiranyakashipu. That fear, for that fear, removing God came. That is the version given.
Nrisingha Bhagavan.
Saha he Nrisingha Rupa in the form of half man, half lion. Man-lion form. Kritva. Kritva means held. We shall see what he held. Brahmad Bhrukute Damshtra Karala Vaktram. So his mouth was like that, Vaktram. How? Brahmad Bhrukuti. Oh. His brow was rotating, moving. By anger, his brow was moving. And terrible that masticating teeth, with that was his mouth. So his mouth was with masticating teeth and his brows were moving about by anger. And then
what is Drangsta is teeth and Karala?
Terrible.
Terrible, Karala. Vaktram is mouth.
No, he moved his mouth with those eyebrows. So eyebrows and terrible mouth, he moved. Gadaya. Now he used his mace. Surantam. That means by the use of the mace. Mace was shining. Surantam. Avipatantam. He was about to hit the mace. Daitendra, the king among demons. That is Hiranyakashipu. Ashu, immediately. Urav Nipatya took him on, he made him fall on his knees, on his thighs. Nakhehi, and by the nails, Vidadar, tore off. So here one additional thing is, he used his gada. So Hitting by the Gada, he did not kill by Gada. Gada is used mace for making him fall on his thighs. Now the story is like that. Hiranyakashipu had done a lot of tapasya. And when Brahma asked him what boon you want, he said that I want to become immortal. Brahma said such a boon does not exist. Then he said, I should not be killed by a man or an animal. I should not be killed in daytime or night. I should not be killed on earth or in space. I should not be killed by astra or shastra. He thought that in this way he has made himself safe. But God fulfilled all his conditions. He used his mace, but not to kill him. Just made him fall on his thighs. So neither on earth nor in space. It is on thighs. Not by astra or shastra, by his own nails. Neither he was a man nor animal, he was a combination. And neither day nor night, so he did it at dusk time, evening time. So fulfilling all his conditions, he killed him. Now all this happened because stories there behind. It is all right that for the sake of God he came. But he had a son named Prahlada. And Prahlada, when he was in mother's womb, his mother wanted to hear about God. So Narada every day will tell stories of God. And Prahlada in mother's womb itself had heard everything. So when he was born a great jnani and a great bhakta together. And from childhood, he was sent to school, but everywhere he will go on chanting Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. So the king asked him, where is your Narayan? I am Narayan. So I am the Lord of all.
Who was the king? Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu is telling that who is Narayan whom you worship? I myself am the Lord of the world. And where does he live? So Prahlad said, where does he not live? So he pointed one pillar in his palace. Does he live here also? Prahlad said, why not? Then he hit that pillar with his sword. He was going to kill Prahlada. Before that he said, let me see how he saves you. And he cut that pillar. And from that pillar, Narsingha came out. And then this happened, that he took him on his, I should not be killed in the house or outside the house. So on the threshold, he made him fall on his thighs and by nails he tore him. That is the full story.
Threshold means where the door...
Threshold means this door sill. That's called threshold.
Which is elevated a bit, that wood.
May or may not be. But the joint is called threshold. So this is the whole story. But here Prahlada is not mentioned. Only for the sake of gods, he was killed by Narsingha. Okay. We move over to
Next.
15. Antasarasi Uruvalena. This Uru is continuously coming.
Uru means terrible.
More, much more, bigger. Pade gruhito, uru valena pade gruhito, grahena, yuthapati, ambuja hasta artaha. Ah, idam Adipurusha Akhila Lokanatha Tirtha Shravanam
Mangala.
Shravana Mangala Namadeye. Now, this story is completed in 2 stanzas here. This story is the famous Gajendra Moksha. A king of the elephants was a great devotee of the Lord. And when he went in a lake, he was caught by a terrible crocodile. And in water, elephant or anybody does not have power. That crocodile has all the power. So he held his feet and was pulling him down. So seeing no other scope, he shouted, O Lord, save me, save me. And at that time, Lord came, and it is being told, same Hari came. Hari was the name given to one God.
Yes.
So the same Hari came, and he killed that crocodile and saved that Gajendra. So Hari Avatar is being told in 2 stanzas. So Antah Sarasi, in that lake, Uruvalena Grahena, a crocodile having terrible power. Pade Gruhita, the leg was held. Artha, so he was afflicted. Yuthapati, that means the king of elephants. Ambuja Hasta, holding lotus in his hand. Adipurusha, O firstborn, Akhila Lokanatha, the protector of all the world, Tirtha Shrava. Shrava means kirti, fame. So his fame is pure. Tirtha. Tirtha, pure. Shrava, fame. Shravana Mangala Namadhaya, and his names are holy even by hearing. Shravana Mangala. Idam aha. He said like this. What he said? Next stanza. So, when the Gajendra went to a lake, his feet was held by a very powerful crocodile, and he was pulling him. At that time, being afflicted, he said, O original God, O protector of the world, your fame is very pure, is beneficial even by hearing. This is prayer.
Achha, tortoise is mentioned here. Tortoise?
Tortoise is not there in the story.
Yes, yes.
Crocodile, Graha. Graha is crocodile.
Oh, Graha is good.
So here only up to prayer of that Gajendra is being described. Then what happened? Shrutva Harihe Tam Amara Amarana Arthinam Amaranam Arthinam Aprameyam Aprameya Chakrayuda Pataga Raja Bhujadiruda Pataka Raja Bhujadiruda Chakrena Nakravadanam Vinipatyam Tasmad Haste Agruya Bhagavan
Pragriha.
hmm?
Haste pragriha. Pra.
Haste
Pragriha. Haste is okay, then pragriha.
Pragruya Haste Pragruya Bhagavan Krupayo Krupaya Ujjahara Krupaya Ujjahara. So Shrutva, he heard it. Hari heard it. Tam, to him, Amarana Arthinam, who was praying not to be killed. Apramaya, that Lord is beyond any measurement. Chakra Yudha, he had the Sudarshan Chakra as his weapon. I'm trying to find out now. Oh, Pataga Raja. Pataga means birds. Birds are Pataga. Khaga we know this Pataga. That means moving in air. Raja, their king, means Garuda. So, using Garuda as his vehicle, Pataga Raja Bhuja Adiruda, he had climbed on the arms of that Pataga Raja. No, he has no arms. So,
wings.
His wings. So he had climbed on the wings of his vehicle, Garuda, eagle. And then, climbing him, he came there, and by the Sudarshan Chakra which he has, will cut away that tortoise head. Vadanam. Nakra Vadanam. Vadanam is face. Means cut his neck.
Naktra means tortoise, like crocodile.
Crocodile.
Naktra is crocodile.
Nakra is crocodile. In the previous shloka, Graha was crocodile. So Graha, Nakra, they are both meaning crocodile. And his head, Vadanam means his head. Vinipatya, he cut it by his Sudarshan Chakra. Tasmad Haste, from his clutches. Pragruya, that means holding that Gajendra. Krupaya, by his compassion, Ujjahara, he lifted him up. Holding that Gajendra, he lifted him up after killing the crocodile by Sudarshan Chakra. After he heard the call from that Gajendra, that is the full story. Okay? So, 2 stanzas for 1 avatar.
What is tam? Hari tam amarana arthinam?
Tam means that very.
That very.
Because the name has already occurred. So, that very.
That very, devotee. That very
Hari.
Hari. Oh.
Hari name has already come. So that very is being used. That very Hari.
God. So it is the same avatar, 14th avatar, running.
But in this new form, for Gajendra Moksha, there he was named Hari. That was the reference. But here, climbing his eagle, etc., is a new avatar.
Acha, Arudha is also climbed. Arudha we say. Here it is Arudha. Pataga Raja Bhujadi Arudha.
Bhujadi Ruda. Ruda and Aruda is the same. I is only Pratyay, Upasarga.
Oh, it is a Ruda only.
Ruda. Ruda means climb. Aruda means nicely climbed. Climbed from all sides. Now, next is Vaman Avatar. In Shloka 17. Jayan Gunair Avarajo Api Adite Sutanam Jayan Gunair Avarajopi Adite Sutanam Lokan Vichakrama Iman Yadathadigam Yajnaha Shmal Vamanena Jagruhe Tripadachalena Yancham Rute Pati Charan Prabhuvir Na Chalya. So, Vaman Avatar. Atha, that means after, next. Atha is next. Yet, Iman Lokan, these whole worlds, 3 lokas, Vichakrame, traveled, Padakshapena. By his steps he crossed. That is the meaning of Vichakrame. Adi Yajna is the Lord's name. He is the Lord of all Yajnas. Gune Jayan. By virtues, he is superior. Prabhu, within Lords, he was superior. Pati Charan, going in the path of virtues. In such a people, he is great. Na chalyam. So he should not be deviated from his path. Vamanena, by Vamana avatar, Vamana means dwarf. By avatar in the form of the dwarf, Tripada Chalena in the pretext of 3 feet. Yancham Rute, other than prayer, there was nothing. Kmam, earth, Jagruhe, got, held. So, any more shloka is there? One more shloka is there to complete the meaning. Here, the meaning is that Yajna Purusha Bhagavan Vishnu Aditi Putra Dvadasha Adityer Madhe Vaya Kanishta Hoy. Oh, there is no superior here, huh? Jayan, acha. Okay. Though he was younger in age, he was greater in qualities.
Younger than whom? Younger than? Oh, he was small in age.
Vaman means dwarf.
Dwarf, yes. Age or size? Is size, na? Size, not age actually.
He is called dwarf always. That means when he said 3 feet, that Bali laughed. What this small man can take 3 feet? That is the pretext. That is the avatar special. So, by his 3 feet, his entire universe is occupied. Now, here it says that Bali was a virtuous king. So, he would not have deprived him of his glory. So, he kept his honor. So, he prayed. He gave due honor to Bali by his praying for 3 feet earth. So, in this way, Bali's honor was kept. And he prayed him and for 3 feet. And in the pretext of 3 feet, he occupied everything. Then, Nartho, Baler, Ayam, Urukrama Pada Shaucham, Apa Shikha Drutavato, Vibudhadipatyam, Yavai Pratishrutam, Rite Nachikirshan Anyat, Atmanam Anga, Manasa, Haraye, Vimene, Avimene. In this Anga Shabda has come, that is Brahma referring to Narad. Oh dear one. Urukrama Pada Shaucham. Acha. Now, making the whole story that honoring Bali, he did everything. Now, Bali was doing Dana, Yajna. So, whoever comes as guest, he was washing his feet. So, Bhagwan got his feet washed, not because of making Bali somebody down, but because Bali was doing for all Atithis, so he got it done. Apa is water. Everywhere. Shikha Druta Vataha. He was holding water on his head.
No, the Devatas. The Devatas.
All is there, na? So he held water on all sides of his head for washing his feet.
He washed the feet of, as we put the Charnamrita in our head. That's in that way he was washing the feet and taking that water in his head. ভগবানের চরণ ধৌত বাড়ি নিজ মস্তকের চতুর্দিকে ধারণ করেছিল. Washing the feet and then taking that water into his head.
Yes. All around his head.
Yes.
Vibhudadi Patyam So the meaning was not to remove him from the lordship of the gods. Bali had got defeated Indra and become the Adipati of all the lokas. So God did not mean to remove him from that. He wanted to bless him. On his request, everything was done. And what he promised, only that much he took. Prati Shrutim, what he had promised, Ruchi, other than that, he did not take anything. Now this Prati Shrutim Rute refers to his Guru. Now when the Vaman came, he immediately understood that he is God, Bali Raja. And his Guru Shukracharya also understood. So Shukracharya said, don't give him anything. But he did not accept that. Now Shukracharya sat in the nozzle of that Jalapatra. So he took a darva and pierced that. So Shukra's one eye got broken. And from that hole, water came out. That is the whole story. So all this was done to keep his honor. So for God, what is Indradipada? Nothing. So it was not for Bali has taken Indradipada. So for God, what is that small thing? So it is not any of such purposes, but only to show respect to Bali. He gave him the Patala kingdom then.
What is ayam, bale, ayam? Ayam, bale,
Ayam means this.
This.
Ayam artha no. This was not the meaning. This was not the intention. Okay? We stop here. काउंटिंग में कितना अवतार हो गया?
16.
वो एक चीज के लिए 2 लिए थे ना, इसके लिए भी 2 लिए. ठीक है.
हाँ, बलि के लिए भी तो.
बलि के 2 लिए और गजेंद्र के 2 लिए.
हाँ, तो ये 15 चल रहा है.
ठीक है.
15.
ओम जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतः चार्थेष्वविघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम तत्सत्. श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.